further, and what they actually do is everybody that signs up to their newsletter will be entered in a special welcome program that actually has 12 emails in it. So a new subscriber will actually receive, with intervals I think of a week or maybe 2 weeks, they will receive a different email that actually tells them a bit more about what Ray does, what they have to offer. It gives you a way to actually, with that brand, come into the inbox in an interesting way for these subscribers in the first couple of weeks when they're most engaged with your brand. Tactic number 2 is something that you've all heard about, and it's a no-brainer, but the more segmentation that you do, the better that you target your emails, the better the results are going to be in the long term as well. Because one of my clients was a retailer in Belgium, and his segmentation model, he told me at the first meeting, was we send everything to everybody. That means that a lot of people do not get relevant content. A lot of people that, for example, have not bought in the last year still get weekly emails from them. That is probably irritating the hell out of them. So segment based on demographic data, based on profile data that you have for them. Do you know in what categories that they buy? Do you know when they buy? Do you know what kind of links they've clicked on the website or in the email? Those are all things that you can actually use to segment and better target your emails. So I have a couple of examples here. Like, you can have segments that where you, for example, have a higher frequency of sending emails to frequent customers and a lower frequency of sending emails to people that haven't bought from you in the last 6 months. And the ones that buy every week, you can send them emails every week. The ones that haven't bought in 6 months, send them maybe once a month, just as a reminder to stay top of mind. It's just an idea. These are things that you have to test out, of course. Browse behavior, maybe people that only buy from you during the holidays could be a different segment. Catalog customers, trying to convert them to also, buy online. New customers, like I told you before, treat them specially. Don't just add them to the list, but give them a bit more feedback or a bit more education on what you do. People that only buy in store, people that have bought recently, people that only buy when you do discounts. Segment them all out. The non-responders, people that have never opened or clicked your emails. Maybe you can win them back by sending them a special offer or a special campaign that tries to re-engage them. Or maybe a survey asking them why they are not engaging with you anymore. Gives you some valuable insights as well. My favorite email marketer is actually Amazon, and it has been for a couple of years. They do a really, really good job with actually recommending products based on what you've bought from them before. This is one email, but they have different ones, and they actually also do it on their website. This is something that, if you want to set it up, you need to integrate multiple systems. You have to have an email platform that talks to your web platform, that talks to your CRM system, and you need to have some analysis based on people that typically buy this will also, be interested in buying this. So it takes quite some time and effort to set something like this up, but this is something that once you have the logic in place and you have the program in place, it actually runs by itself, and you don't really have to have that many resources involved to keep it running. You just update maybe the template once in a while. Tactic number 3 is, well, you see it here. If they don't see your email, then how would you expect them to actually do something, right? Studies have shown that people, and especially the elderly people, actually, the ones that are not very internet savvy, they actually think that this email is broken. So what will they do? They will just delete it. They don't even have the sense of, maybe I need to do something to actually see the images. So make sure that at least in this area, like the top 400 pixels or so, you actually have something valuable to say, and it is in text and not in an image. Because about 75% of the people that actually open your emails are not going to see images. Images are blocked because ISPs are trying to avoid too much spam going into the inbox. So one of the tactics that spammers used to use was put the content in an image. Well, guess what? ISPs woke up and they said, like, you know what? We're going to block images going forward. Just make sure that your emails don't look like this. This is, for example, how Hotmail treats broken images. Very beautiful email. That's what it looks like in the inbox of the person that receives it. It's not a pretty picture. This is an example of a retailer in Holland, actually. I think they're doing a pretty good job of designing their emails so that people can understand and read them when images are not downloaded. They tell you here what the deal of the day is. They use alt tags to actually put content behind the images so that when you don't download an image, you see what is supposed to be there. And it doesn't just say LG LCD TV, but it also says it's full HD, it's 2 years of guarantee, only today between 8 and 11. You don't get it for $5.49, but you get it for $4.14, right? Make the text that you put behind these images, make it call to action driven, don't just put there shop now or image or TV or whatever, but make sure that the copywriter that writes a copy for your email also thinks about what kind of copy goes behind the images that are not visible. Just to give you an idea of how you can also do a good design. Another tip that I would like to give you is to listen to all those people that actually unsubscribe, because the information that by unsubscribing they're giving you very valuable information. But first of all, when they do hit that link, that unsubscribe link in your email, there could be it could be that they don't want out. It could be that they don't want to stop receiving emails from you. It could be that in this case here, Naaman said, click the button below to stay in the know with only one email update a week. So if you're sending on a daily basis or if you're sending weekly and people hit the unsubscribe link, give them an option to actually opt down, receive less emails from you instead of not receiving anything anymore, right? Instead of once a week, once a month, or instead of 5 a month, 2 a month, something like that. Give them that option. Also, maybe, and I was in that position a couple of months ago, I was retiring one of my inboxes because I have way too many. And I wanted to sign up to those newsletters with a different email account. So I unsubscribed with the email account that I was retiring. And some companies actually gave me the opportunity to say, I want to receive your emails at a different address. It's a way to keep them on your program. If for the retailers that did not have that option, I did not go through the trouble of actually going to their website, figuring out where I could sign up to their newsletter. They had lost me. If they would have provided this option to me, they would not have lost me. It's just an idea that I want you to think about. In this case here, I like the third option. It says, are you receiving too many emails from sales? Change your frequency to suit your needs. Weekly, monthly, or only send me information for major holiday promotions. Remember those holiday shoppers that I told you about? And also you can unsubscribe here, of course. So that's the normal option. Now, what are the things that you can give them as alternatives? So you can ask them to change frequency. You can ask them, maybe they want once a month instead of once a week. Let them change their email address. Let them change their preferences. Maybe their babies have grown up and now they want information for clothing for teenagers, right? Let them change their preferences. Maybe email is no longer the best channel for them. They want to receive your promotions via RSS or Twitter or catalog or direct mail. Give them the option to actually change channel, right? And maybe they've stopped reading emails on their computer and they're now reading emails on their iPhones. Maybe you can give them the opportunity to actually sign up to a version of your newsletter that you've optimized for mobile phones. Could be an option. Or maybe text versions. I told you in the beginning that the ones that unsubscribe actually give you very valuable feedback. So if they do want out, don't make this required. Make this optional, but do ask them why they want out. Maybe they unsubscribe